Hi there, Psychologians. Welcome to my channel, and hoping this is all live. Just make sure that the volume is correct. So if anybody can't hear me, please comment in the box, which is the side of me. I don't know if it's the side of you, but mine's the side here anyway. Should be a chat box somewhere here, and you can actually post messages and stuff if you've got comment messages. So please do come in and give me questions if you've got anything. So basically, this is the FAQ for these TP links. I'm getting quite common questions for, and obviously about routers as well. So this is what I wanted to talk about. And basically, we were talking about connecting these boxes up around the house and stuff. And somebody's actually was saying that they've got their master plugged in downstairs, or actually, scrap that. It's a question about his router. The router's downstairs, and obviously it's broadcasting wireless all the way upstairs, but it's getting a very, very poor signal on his router. And I wanted to know a way how to expand that router, the wireless box, so it can actually go all the way upstairs and boost the signal. Well, good practice. I've done a lot of house installs, and in the past I've done a lot of business installs. And we don't like the way you can use what we call Wi-Fi extender. They're a bit like routers, but they don't have the ADSL modem built in. They're literally for extending the network, and there's two ways of doing it. On the software wise, they have what we call an extender information there that allows you to extend the signal you already have got currently, and then this will then boost it. And you have to set all the details up within the software. So you take the MAC address from your main router and your Wi-Fi details, and you set them up in the other software. Can't go into details how to do that because every manufacturer's Wi-Fi extender can be slightly different in programming. But in theory, you just tell them this is the router, this is the Wi-Fi extender, and switch on basically. Now, the confusing parts on some of these Wi-Fi extenders, if you're using the signal to boost it, it won't send it onwards. You'll have to plug your PC into it, and then you've got a wireless link via the Wi-Fi extender. That's the confusing part that I've known in the past. Other routers, you can bounce this signal and then on to the next one. Again, depending on the making route, you have to be very careful when you're shopping for the routers, Wi-Fi extenders, because they're not always 100% clear. Now, the best way, I hate taking a small signal and boosting it, because signals around the house can be very much interference. You're talking about how many walls. So let me give you an idea. Say this is your router. It obviously broadcasts the Wi-Fi basically around itself. It just goes out. Okay. So every wall it has to penetrate through. So let's just say for instance, this is downstairs, and your upstairs is say here. Okay. It's looking at what floors the signal is going to go through, what walls it's going to bounce through until it gets upstairs to hit this point here. So the more walls, more floor signal has to go through, hence why your signal degrades down every time. And when the signal degrades down, your internet comes slower, because if you've got a slower signal, say you've got 2 bars or 3 bars, then the speed's going to decrease with the actual signal speed. It's going to decrease. The more powerful signal you're going to get, the more speed you're going to get. So it changes as it goes through. So some houses are different, because some houses in my past, there's two houses I've wired Wi-Fi to, and they're identical builds, or identical houses, and they have the identical layouts as well. And I fit one set of kit. I use the same brand kit, because I tend to choose a brand kit that I like. I stick with it basically, and that's all down to testing and playing and testing. It's not something I picked up. It's just over stuff over years. You know, when you buy stuff, you think that's crap, and you find something really good and you stick with it. So anyway, so this signal here, both the same houses were identical, but one setup was identical, brought the same brand and everything. That worked perfect in the house. Went all the way up perfectly. Strong signal. Even at the top, you had good, decent signal, and a very, very strong signal. Now, in the second house, we did this a few weeks later. Same branded, same configuration, so nothing else was different. Again, we couldn't get any signal upstairs. It was absolute pants. It was basically low. So the way we got around it is, I don't like extending the Wi signal, because if you're taking a weak signal and boosting it, then all of a sudden there's an interference happening that chops the upstairs completely off, because it can't boost a very weak signal. And I've done installs with them, and customers have come back and literally said it keeps dropping out, and you get lots of dropout issues. when you've got a lot of dropout issues, I get a lot of comebacks, and it's a pain in the backside. So the way I do it is, if you've got a weak signal upstairs, and I will take, and your router's downstairs, okay, and your wiring is all in the same connection. You haven't got multiple fuses boxes that splits your power upstairs, downstairs, like in some of the big houses. So say you've got an average house, okay, you want to boost signal upstairs. I would buy Wi-Fi, these Wi-Fi sort of power range extenders. Easy, cheap solution to do. Plug that in next to your router, like I've done on my channel before, on my channel. Cable from there to your router. Then when you go upstairs, plug this into the room that you want to extend more, make the Wi-Fi better. And again, you can either use the plug or the Wi-Fi built into this, because then it will use, once these are paired up, you've got your signal upstairs. So that's a good option. If for some reason you can't use the Wi-Fi power extenders, then the only way you can do it is you can buy another Wi-Fi extender if you wanted to, but that's what Wi-Fi extenders are. You can get them cheap from 50 quid upwards, okay? And then I would install Ethernet cable from downstairs, plugging into your router, out through the wall, up the side of your house, and into the room that you're going to have you want the Wi-Fi to be, and then plug a Wi-Fi extender into that. Make sure they've got the same signal as your router, so you don't have to worry about different keys, different SSID numbers, and then the cable will do the extending job itself, still giving you Wi-Fi in the room or the room you want to go in, basically. You don't want to complete, if you want fast and super speed internet all over your house, then cable is the way to go. Yes, it's not, Ethernet is cheap. It's the installation, it's installing it, getting it in there, and also if you've not got it all ducting correctly, it can look unsightly and untidy and stuff like that. Especially old houses, quite hard to wireless RAM. And not only that, is you can't use your iPads, your iPhones, because they don't have an Ethernet connector on it. So somewhere along the line, you'll have to go wired at some point. So hardwire is always the best way. So if you're using PlayStations, if you're using Xbox Ones, I would use the physical Ethernet cable into those and bring that down to your box. Or the other way you can do it is, because obviously this box you can't move around because it's tied to where the phone socket is, but you can always buy a hub, take the cable outside, up into the room you want to, put it onto a switch, and then plug all your wireless cables in. So if you're playing games, they all, especially PC gaming, Xbox gaming, and PS4 gaming, or even PS3, it's always good to run by cable, because when you're gaming, they need the speed. The Wi-Fi, wireless, it can come and go. So good example, if you take your mobile phone, stand by your router, okay, and my mobile phone's on charge. Yeah, so take your mobile phone. So if you've got an iPhone or Samsung device, doesn't matter, as long as you can see Wi-Fi on it. Look at your signal, stand by the router, and it should be completely strong. My Wi-Fi router is actually under my Mac, just here. Okay, so this booster's upstairs, and I've got a switch in my bedroom, which then is hard cabled downstairs to my main router. So I know I've got a perfect signal upstairs for Wi-Fi. I've got Ethernet ports for my Mac and for my PS4 and my PC to sit on. So I know I've got fast, speedy internet, works for me, no issues. Okay. Now, as I said, stand by your router, check on your signal on your phone, see how strong it is. Then start walking towards where you're going to be putting the Wi-Fi signal, and watch your signal strength, whether it goes down or go up. That's the best way of testing. You don't need fantastic equipment. I've always used my iPhone in the past when I've gone to customer site to see how strong the signal would be going upstairs, to work out whether we're going to have an extender on a cable and so forth. You know, it's much more easy that way. So this is the best way you guys can test it out, see what signal strength is. So if you get your signal, as you start walking away from your router and start going upstairs, you can see the signal degrading down. Or you might find on the stairwell, you might find that's perfect. As soon as you hit the top of the stairs, signal drops massively, because it's obviously Wi-Fi signal goes in a direction. It doesn't sort of go and bounce around. It will go in one direction. So it depends, like the walls, the floors it's going through to get to that room. So your phone's the best way of testing it as well. So if you do get to the top with your stairs, you might find the stairs directly above you, it's perfect. But then again, you find the stairs front bedroom, which is at an angle over that side of the house, is crap, basically. That's because it goes across different things there, straight up. Through floorboards, straight to the main bedroom, could be perfect. Again, you've got to understand with Wi-Fi, you've got to understand what's in your wall, okay, what's in the flooring as well. Piping, copper piping, power cables, they can all interrupt signal. Not completely stop it, but it'll interfere with it. So as it interferes, signal will get lower, speed will get lower, and hence where you get poor signal upstairs. Walls, again, depends how thick your walls are, what it's made of, the insulation, all that goes towards of like pushing a signal through. Again, if it's got a hard concrete wall, it might get through. By the time it gets to the other side, the signal is going to be dropped a bit more. If you've got another wall to go through, it drops and drops and drops. So you can sort of get my point how it goes. So Wi-Fi is good as long as you can get Wi-Fi points in the room you've got and you've got perfect signal anywhere you stand around in the room. That's why I do it. So my theory is, all right, router downstairs. I've got a cable that comes upstairs. It comes in through just under my window. And then on my wall, just behind me there, well, there in front of me there, I've got a switch. But then I take my Mac off. I've got my NAS drive array. I've got my PS4 and also got my PC all hardwired into there. Then I've got one of these little Apple boxes. They're only about that big. They look like Apple TV boxes. Okay, that plugs straight into my switch, and that gives me Wi-Fi upstairs. So this room here, next room next door, because obviously this wall I've got here is it's not a solid wall. It's like plasterboard wall, so it's goes straight through nicely. And the next wall, which is the bathroom, and beyond the bathroom is another. Again, it's not a solid wall. It's a plasterboard wall. I've got airing cupboard. My bedroom. Okay, so signal in there is perfect. So it's very easy to get through. Very little in the walls. Again, if there's concrete walls, then I would find the signal may degrade quite a bit getting to my bedroom. You know, maybe still a good signal, but degrade a little bit anyway. I always find sometimes, like my door back here, if I open it up a bit, it can help a signal go through as well, because obviously it's broadcasting all around. And it depends on the type of router you've got, because the BT routers, these new ones, have what they call a better aerial in them for more boasting. That's what that's what they boast about on the TV advert. You know, much more better, blah blah blah. But I've seen recently, I've seen them getting crazy, where one router looks very square like this. It's got like 8 aerials around the side of it, all poking up. The more aerials you got, the better signal you can push up to your house as well. And you can go crazy because some routers have these little aerials that stick out. I've got one to show you that stick out. You can unscrew those off, and if you go down to like Maplins and ask for a bigger aerial, as long as it's got the same type connection, you can screw it back on. By increasing the aerial size, can also increase the Wi-Fi signal. So it's a matter of playing as well. So it's, I mean, I've got one in storage. It's a box about this big, about that wide. It's about that thick, okay? And the whole front of it is a plate. It's an actual Wi-Fi plate. And that goes up onto a pole outside, and that gives you 25 kilometers Wi-Fi signal. So that's another option you could probably do, is if you've got a house and you've got a front garden and you've got access to the whole front garden, you could add one of those boxes. They're expensive. That one's about 250 quid. I bought it for a plane about with and stuff. You can mount at the bottom of your garden, facing back at your house. It runs on what you call power over Ethernet. As long as you've got a router that supplies power down the Ethernet cable, then you won't have to run any power to it. And then you can plug it, bang back at the house, you'll know it, and then throw the signal all at the house, and you're going to get a perfect big signal, because that's designed to go 25 kilometers. So that definitely Wi-Fi your house up and bombard it with lots of radio waves. You know? But that's a bit of an overkill. But yeah, just keep things simple. So if you want to get a better signal upstairs, stick to these. And if for some reason you can't install these because you've got some sort of weird power issues that don't allow these to talk to each other, then the other solution is wire Ethernet to your router, up through the wall, outside, into the room you want to get connection into it. Or even if you've got a landing, then rooms, then bring it up to the main landing, do it nicely, then run the cable up the wall, so it's up, maybe it's above in the ceiling a bit, buy a nice little Wi-Fi extender. They can get them small and getting quite large as well. They can be screwed up on there, the little aerial sticking out. That's enough to then do the whole upstairs as well. So you don't have to go directly to every single room. You can just put one up on there. You notice when you're around the hotels, next time you go to a hotel or B&B, look on their landings. You'll notice that on every landing you have a Wi-Fi box mounted on the wall with 2 little aerials pointing out. Some have 3, and you'll find they're hardwired cabled all the way downstairs to their main internet connection. but every floor has one on, and everyone's got hard cabled into it. That provides Wi-Fi to all the rooms in your hotel. So hotels, if you hotels lobbies, look around, you'll see them all around and every single floor as well. So next time you're staying, go and be nosy and have a look. That's how they do Wi-Fi signals there. Is they put a repeater or extender on each floor, hardwiring the cables to it. Same principle in the house. So you get poor signal upstairs, either use the power lines, which is much more simple and cheaper to do, no cabling, or the cabling side. Cabling side, you can buy a box of, there's no point using this flexi cable Ethernet stuff because they have a limitation on it, which is 10 meters. Any more than 10 meters, the signal degrades, they're useless. And then the principle of Ethernet is keep the cable short because then you get a lot stronger signal down there. So these bendy cables you buy, which you call like patch leads and stuff, you can get them up to 20 meters in length. They're still okay, but again, keeping the cable length better. But you can buy a reel of Ethernet cable, comes on a big box. The box, you can pay about £49, I think Cat5e, you have to shop around. That's hardwired, it's not designed to be bent, it's got a more stiffer cable in it. So that what I would use to go from downstairs. You can buy these ports, you can plug these Ethernet cables into, you can buy them for like a networking shop, CMS does it. You can probably get a smaller kit from Maplins as well. A wall box with port on it, you can patch it in, drill a hole through the wall, upstairs, tack it right at the wall, going outside the wall, into the room you want to connect to, put another box on top of that, then use these fly leads, patch in from the port to the router. So if you do decide you don't want it there anymore and you take the cable away, at least you've still got a nice neat box in the wall. It doesn't look as eyesore, it doesn't look like a hole in the wall and stuff. But I'm going to be doing some videos very shortly on how to make the Ethernet cable up, how to actually do that, because I've got a cable running out my bedroom window, goes downstairs into the garage as a temporary solution at the moment, but I'm going to actually hardwire that into the house, and I'm going to actually video it and show you guys how to do it. I've got all the tools, not with me up here, I've got the tools so I can show you what type of tools you need to use, what type of connections, where to buy them from, where to get the cable, and how to lay the cable, and go through all of the regulations, because I used to do a lot of cabling for businesses. So cabling in the business is no different to cabling in your own house and stuff, and I'll show you how you can actually do that as well. And if you guys have got big deep pockets and you don't want to run Ethernet cable around, you want to run something even faster, like fiber optic cable, show how to do that. Because fiber optic cable is cheaper to buy than actually Ethernet cable. But the only difference is the end pieces for the Ethernet cable are cheap to buy, but on fiber optic they're expensive. You can get cables made up now from any networking shop. So you can say, well, I need a fiber optic cable 10 meters long. So don't forget, with a fiber optic cable, they have no length restriction apart from talking about miles. So you could probably say, right, from my bedroom downstairs is a good 20 meters. You can buy a 20 meter ether fiber optic cable. You can ask the company to put the ends on it. You can ask which ends you want to use. Then you can buy these what we call Ethernet converters that will plug the fiber optic in, then allow you to then talk to your normal router, giving you more than like gigabits of bandwidth in the back end. So you're doing a lot of file transferring around the house, different PCs and stuff. More serious into that, then I can teach you and show you how to do that. But I can't teach you guys how to make a fiber optic cable, like cutting the ends off. That requires a very expensive networking tool, which you're talking about 10 grand's worth. The testing equipment can be about up to £8,000 worth as well for testing Ethernet cables. So it's easy and cheaper to find a networking shop and say to them, could you make me up X amount of cables? That's what I used to do for businesses. I did have a last job I did, which was wiring up a business centre, very big business centre. It's called Airport House in Croydon. And I managed to get a team of people to help me out. And one particular guy, he was an actual physical fiber optic network cabler. He had all the equipment, so he was actually cutting and making the ends on the cable. It was quite fascinating. I'm still in contact with him, so when I'm trying to get hold of him, because I'm going to actually ask him to maybe do a video showing how he actually makes the cable ends, how he chops it off, puts a connector on, uses the machine to do it, or if it's fascinating, and it connects into like what we call fiber optic patch panels as well. So we'll show you how, or he can show you how to do that, and we'll video it. That'd be a good one to do. But website's very live very soon. It's sort of in testing. I'm still putting stuff on it. So once that goes live, you guys can have access to everything I do. So every video I do, whether I'm talking about components and parts, I'm going to get them all up on that site, listed, all the details and correct places. I have access to Amazon account. I'm an affiliate site for those. So anything you purchase and buy through that will help support my channel here. So that'd be fantastic. So everything I'll do probably more Amazon-wise. You can get lots and lots of stuff, good prices as well, and I'll provide links on there. And if you're happy to donate, you can donate. I'll do a donation button soon, so you can donate. So if you find all my IT support is useful, it's helping you out, here. So I will try and answer all questions and stuff like that you guys provide. And I'll do a lot of feedback as well. But if you find all that useful, you can help this channel by donating as well, because I'll keep on doing this. I've got a lot of IT experience, been in it for a long time, and I've run my business for over 15 years in IT, very successful. And I'm here today now to create a YouTube channel to get all my knowledge out, share it with you guys as well. So hopefully you find this useful. Wi-Fi extenders. Again, I like the hardwire cable solution. And then obviously I like the range extenders. These are good. Actually, the TP-Links seem to be my favourite that I'm using at the moment. Very easy to use, very easy to set up as well. I like these ones as well. And I've got to install my BT hub soon, because I'm still running on the old BT, which is a shorter version hub. Comes with a white box. They both talk to each other, and the white box talks to Exchange. So there's a bit mishmash boxes in between. But now BT's done all their upgrades. They provide one box now, which eliminates the white box. And then it's just one end, so I've just got to install that on my network as well. So I hope this has been useful, and I hope you got something out of it. So this is going to be pre-recorded anyway, so go up on my channel for you guys to watch back if you didn't actually catch this live stream anyway. Any questions, just remember, comment below, and I'll do my best. And if there's enough questions on the same subjects, then I warranty a live video like this. And also I'm going to start looking up talking live on Blab. Is it Blab? Blab? I think it's called Blab. Again, put the details below on that. So I'll schedule live chats and talks. And with Blab, if I can say it, Blab, you can interact with me. So you can talk and chat, and I can bring you in so you can see me, I can see you, and we can talk live as well. So that'll be quite good to do as well. So lots of PC builds coming up. I've got network cabling to do. I've got more stuff on Windows 10 to come up as well. We're going to talk about NAS boxes. Anything you guys want me to talk about, or something particularly you got at home you use, not quite sure of, or want advice, questions, again, comment on the videos. I will have an email address soon that you guys can use for you can ask as well. I'm happy to support you guys. So if you want me to remote control your PC and talk you through stuff, show you how it's done, you've got a particular configuration you know how to do, you want me to do it, or even you want me to set up some sort of equipment, as long as I can access your PC, you'll be able to see exactly everything I do. I use a software called TeamViewer, details below. I've done a video on how to install TeamViewer. That allowed me to remote control your PC with you watching, so you can see me come in. With TeamViewer, it's good because you can't connect without that other person knowing you have connected. Because when you first start the TeamViewer connection, it creates a temporary password that you give to me. I connect. Once I finish, disconnect, it changes. So you know I can't come back on any time, and I can't snoop in. And with TeamViewer, you can't snoop on it because it always tells who's connected and their name at the bottom of your page. So it's quite good, and it's very safe software. So I've done quite a few people on here that's asked questions in the past. I've TeamViewed you guys. I've sorted your PCs out. So again, I'm happy to do that. So remember, any support you can donate to this channel, and I'll get all the donation stuff done up. So if you look up on my YouTube channel somewhere along here where you see my web links, there'll be a donation button going up there, which will allow you to do like a PayPal donation. And all that will help create more videos like this. I'm looking at going to some more offices soon to show you how offices use their IT. We're going to show how they use their PCs, what type of servers. We're going to look at server rooms. We're going to go into data centers. We're going to look at what a data center is, how it works, the power requirements, all that stuff. We're going to get that going this year as well. And we're going to look at like conference rooms, events, big show events, how they get internet in there, how they use it, and things like that. So going to be lots of good stuff. So it's not just be talking about equipment and tech. We're going to go out and about and do stuff as well. So everything you guys support and donate to this channel, and don't forget, guys, hit that subscribe button. That all helps me as well. That will all go towards doing all this, so you can learn a lot from this as well. And yeah, so thanks guys for watching, and hope this has been informative, and speak to you on the next one soon. So cheers. Thanks so much, guys.